What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome to Dictate the Day. I'm Dick, and you already know I'm taking my day. Come on and join me, won't you? Come on in. Thank you if you have watched me before, and thank you if you're joining me for the first time. I really do appreciate it. All right, it's Monday. It's the 25th of August, and this world we're living in is... it's a movie, okay? I love doing what I do, finding the crazy and kind of showing it for entertainment purposes, of course. None of this should be taken seriously, okay? All right. I'm kind of in the time crunch, so today I have time crunch, though, today. There we go. Yeah, I got things to do and plans are unfolding, so... I thought I'd check in with you and show you a little bit of this. Man, I don't even know. We got everything from the Black Plague to zombies. 300 million year old wheels. I don't even... Check this out. But you know how I like to start. Each and every one of these. It's for me. And if you don't like it, I apologize. Just fast forward 32 seconds. I'm just going to play a little music. I like to find the vibe, the energy, that plane of awesomeness. Here we go. On your mark, get set. Let's get into these conspiracy streets, shall we? Sorry, that was a little bit longer than 30 seconds, but whatever. Okay? All right. Let me bring y'all in here to my... Ooh, my bad. Top secret. Okay. This is the Maverick approach. I talk about them all the time. I love what they do. Everything from information to entertainment. Yeah, you see what that says? Someone has tested positive for the Black Plague. And I know this happens, but I feel, this is just me, all those pictures I've been showing you, and he's going to reference this too, about the squirrels, the rabbits, the weird stuff that's growing off their face and their bodies. I recently saw some, I guess this was just yesterday, deers with similar, it's weird, it does look black in color, it almost looks like a horn, but they're jiggly. Horror movie stuff. All right, let's get into this. Here we go. What you got to say?
For the Black Plague. A California resident has just tested positive for the Black Plague. Bro, what? Now this happened in South Lake Tahoe, where this person was bitten by an infected rodent flea which comes from chipmunks, squirrels, etc. Which back in the day it's referred to as Black Death, and it killed about 50 million people in the 14th century, but today not so much. And this happens more often than you think because annually about 5 to 7 people actually catch the plague, and even somebody last month died in Arizona from the plague. And if you guys remember, they had the zombie rabbits, then they had the squirrels with the virus, now a plague from the 14th century, which something we really shouldn't worry about because it's actually a distraction. But from what, you ask? Can anybody tell me why there's over 100 kids missing in Virginia and 40 of those missing in the last 2 weeks? But it gets even weirder because there's numerous reports all around Virginia where these mysterious ice cream trucks are rolling around late at night with the music on.
At 9 o'clock at night, there's no kids out there, nobody's getting ice cream. He's just sitting there playing his loud ass.
Now, Virginia State Police debunked this claim about this mass abduction and they said it never happened, but here's the thing. I actually did some investigating myself, going to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, and can confirm this is happening. Which I find even more odd that school is now back in session and now we have all these abductions happening. Why does this sound familiar? Has anybody seen this new movie?
I have not seen this movie. But before the train of thought gets lost, you know those ice cream trucks? I've been on the TikTok and the gram and the tubes and all that. There is tons of clips of these ice cream trucks coming by in the nighttime. Like it's late. Sometimes it's early in the morning. And they got the music playing. Why? Like I got a couple. Most people sleep during, the wee hours of the morn. But one of these was like at 10 p.m. Another one I saw at 3 a.m. I can't remember what cities they're in. But like, just the noise alone is annoying. But yes, super creepy. Super sus, as they say. What are you doing out here when people are supposed to be asleep? Trying to attract, youngsters to your vehicle. What is going on? I don't like it. Okay, here we go. My bad.
Weapons, where it sounds eerily similar to the story plot where a classroom full of kids disappear in the middle of the night. Interesting. And if you notice that this movie came out on August 8th, 8/8, I do find it odd that Virginia's population is 8.8 million people. They always put it in the movies. But it doesn't stop there, because I found this article they just released saying scientists identify how young blood reverses aging in human skin cells. It reads, the idea from taking the blood from the young to rejuvenate the elderly, just like the movie.
Vampire. What?
Got it. Stay focused, stay sharp, make sure you guys get into my Telegram. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know below.
Appreciate you, Maverick. The Maverick approach. Yeah, that whole reference he was making about the 8.8 and then the population, maybe that's a little reaching, but maybe not, because there is always some weird connection to numbers and, the whole 9/11. That's when this kind of thing was brought to my attention, but it's weird how ages will line up with dates, and that's either when they disappear or meet their demise, or you know what I mean? What? Why is that? I don't know. Here we go. Wow.
It's the weirdest building you'll ever see.
The what building?
AT&T Longlines building, 33 Thomas Street, New York. It has no windows, just has exhaust vents, no lights. This is one of the facilities capturing our phone calls, which the Patriot Act allows.
Oh, man.
Well, it's just metadata. Metadata includes who you're calling, where they are, your location. You could be totally tracked. If you're a person of interest, anyone you communicate with is automatically a person of interest. Whenever I can, I just play James Clapper line at Congress when he's asked, can you confirm that NSA is not capturing hundreds of millions of Americans' records? And he says,
perhaps, but not wittingly.
Eventually had to apologize because the Snowden documents revealed they're capturing everything, not just metadata. NSA was embedded inside of Google and Yahoo and Microsoft. The engineers are so excited we finally got into Google. But the point is, do not trust them. They're constantly lying to us, and there's no regard to the Constitution at all. It's the weirdest building you'll ever see.
Okay, I'm about to show you another one. But look at this.
The what building?
AT&T Longlines building.
If there's any building in our, present timeline that looks like where the bad guys live, you know what I mean? Like, this is something you would see in a superhero movie, and this is where the bad guy lives. Look at it. These things that you see here, they're not windows, they're just air vents, and supposedly, you'll see it in the next clip I have, it's because there's a lot of processors and computing power going on, so no windows to keep them from overheating. Okay. What? And then the fact that it's on the 33rd. Okay. If you know anything about the Illuminati, and the 33 degrees, 33.3, yeah, I mean, it's almost too spot on, But yeah, here's the next one. Got a little bit more about the Snowden, a little more live pictures. Quit talking, dick, and just get into it. Okay, here we go.
This mysterious windowless skyscraper
Look at this
in the
thing.
middle of New York City was built to withstand an atomic attack. If you've ever explored Lower Manhattan in M, you may have noticed a mysterious brutalist building with no windows that looms 550 feet above the city streets. 33 Thomas Street, often referred to by its old name, the AT&T Longlines building, looks like an impenetrable fortress, and that's exactly what it's supposed to be. AT&T commissioned architect John Carl Warnecki back in the late 60s to design and build the most secure skyscraper possible that would contain the switches used for its long lines that carry communication signals and military data long distance. The lack of windows maximizes security and not only keeps the equipment housed inside from overheating, but also protects it and the 1,500 operating staff in the event of an atomic attack. An important side note is that whistleblower Edward Snowden's leaked documents also implicated the building as one of the most important National Security Agency surveillance sites on US soil, a covert monitoring hub that is used to tap into phone calls, faxes, and internet data. This mysterious windowless skyscraper.
You know, the whole Edward Snowden thing back in the day about him hacking in and finding everything and whatnot. Do your research. Entertainment only. I was saying this in another video not too long ago. Like, if you have a smartphone, a laptop, you know, a computing device, a smartwatch, whatever, and you access any app, like some of them are already on the phone when you get them, and, you know, just by turning it on, you're accepting the terms and conditions of said app. They see, hear, and watch everything we do. So this just isn't that scary to me anymore because I've already like released that. Like, you know, they're saying, and this is of course true, like your biometrics, for everything from your heartbeat to where your eyes look to, you know, your pupil will dilate or recede depending on if you're fearful, attracted, and they supposedly use these for advertising. Yeah, they're everywhere, and that's what we're doing now. Yeah. So the whole Patriot Act and them spying, dude, facial recognition in cop cars now, and just, dude, yeah. Okay, here we go.
We've got some breaking news out of Egypt. Archaeologists have just lifted massive statues from the ruins of a sunken city off the coast of Alexandria. And what they have found so far is fascinating. Among these discoveries, divers have recovered a sphinx bearing the cartouche of Pharaoh Ramses II, granite statues from the late Ptolemaic period, a white marble Roman nobleman, 2 headless Ptolemaic Greek figures. And keep in mind, these pieces have been hidden beneath the Mediterranean for over 2,000 years now. That is insane. This site is believed to be the lost city of Canopus, which was a thriving port during the Ptolemaic period and the Roman era that sank after earthquakes and tidal waves took it out. Alongside these statues, archaeologists have also spotted remnants of merchant ships, stone anchors, and even what looks to be ancient machinery, all still resting on the seabed. What's cool is this isn't the first city to emerge from this bay. Heraklion and Cleopatra's Island Palace have also been found nearby. And this is where my mind starts going here. Every time we recover a lost city, it feels less like we're finding the past and more like the past is finding us.
For real.
Think about Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, buried for millennia with no clear reason, or the pyramids, the megaliths, where the engineering still puzzles us today. And now Alexandria's underwater ruins are rising again. It's almost like it's sending us a message. Let me know, do you think ancient ruins like this are sending us a message? If so, let me know what it is.
Thank you so very much, Hallucination Hippies. I don't remember what this exactly was that I saw, but there's some form of, and it might have been in the same area. It was somewhere, you know, Egypt, Africa, that kind of stuff. And it's where if the water recedes to a certain point and exposes, I can't remember if it was like a structure or a sculpture of some sort, or maybe it was text written on a giant rock. I don't know. But I think it was almost biblical in its subject matter. And it was just saying how once these things were exposed again, it was time for something. With all this crazy weather and environmental things happening, just, I'll use quotation marks, natural with the whole cloud seeding and HAARP and whatever. more and more of these things are being brought to our attention because we can see them. My worry, trepidation, is if it's something of significance that we all should know and pay attention to, I don't think we're gonna get it. I don't think they're gonna show it to us. I don't, until it's well past time, like most of our technology and discoveries and things of that nature. Everything with training wheels from the higher ups, if you want to call it that. Blinders, whatever. All right, here we go.
Is it possible that we are on the brink of an all-out zombie outbreak without anyone realizing it? A couple weeks ago, I talked about how Colorado residents were a little concerned after seeing rabbits in their yards that had warts and tentacles sticking out of their faces due to a viral infection. The residents were assured that the infection could not spread to other animals, pets, or humans, but coincidentally, only a few weeks later, people in the US and Canada began to witness squirrels with similar symptoms, having warts all over their bodies due to a strange infection. They've nicknamed them zombie squirrels, and people have also pointed out how they and the rabbits scarily remind them of The Last of Us, which, if you don't know, is a game about a viral infection that comes through funguses. Keep that in mind. Moving over to humans, cases of Candida auris have tripled due to a deadly fungus that has been spreading across the United States. What's so bad about this fungus is that it's already built up a resistance to any medication that was meant to fight it. It's actually so resistant to the medication that doctors are saying if you get infected with this pathogen that has no treatment, then there's nothing they can do to help you. You're on your own. We've seen the CDC release a zombie preparedness guide on what to do and how to prepare for a zombie apocalypse. We know that billionaires are building bunkers en masse, and if this fungus, which is already resistant to all of our medications, decides to mutate and get stronger, who knows what will happen. Is it possible?
Man. It's true though. If you go to the CDC website, and it would be one thing if they set it up like a joke, but at no point is there any kind of funny banter. There's zombie preparedness stuff. Why would they even? What? There's a couple different versions. I think I have another clip on here talking about said zombie preparedness from the Center for Disease Control. I say this probably once a day now, that anytime I discover, and this has been around for a while, but there's always something new that I'm like, what? It's a movie. If CERN fired up and we slipped into a different timeline, we slipped into the timeline of movie themes or something, right? Yeah, zombies. Entertainment. Let's go.
You lost the technology to get us to the moon.
Where did it go? They lost the tapes of the moon landing. What you watch when Neil Armstrong climbs off the LEM, One Small Step for Man, that was projected on a wall in NASA, and the networks were like, hey, can we just get the direct feed? Like, no, we're going to do it this way. Then they lost all those tapes.
I didn't realize, sorry for interrupting, I didn't realize that the broadcast of the moon landing was projected on a wall, and then all the news feeds were just recording like at a movie theater, they're just recording whatever's being put on that screen. Oh, man. Yeah. All right.
Lost the telemetry. When asked why don't we go back, NASA said, well, we can't replicate that technology. It's too difficult. NASA astronauts saying, oh, we think we found a way now that we can finally get past the Van Allen radiation belt. We already did that, man, didn't we? 17 times, but they lost it.
Unbelievable.
Russia was first to everything. Russia has Sputnik, first man-made satellite, man in orbit, first animal in orbit, first woman in orbit, first spacewalk. It's all first. And you can hear JFK saying, like, no matter how much money we throw at it, we're going to be second. And then suddenly, 1969, we surpass all of the Soviets and we land on the moon.
Did we?
I don't buy it. For Americans who don't believe that we went to the moon, it's rising every year. I hope I have nothing to do with that.
I'm sure you have something to do with that. You lost the...
Okay. That's the Sean Ryan. That's AJ from the Wildfires that he's interviewing. This is like almost a 3-hour long podcast. It is worthy. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. Here's my thing. I know we get misled by everything from media to the higher ups to whatever. and for multiple reasons. But at least try to not insult my intelligence to where I can give it some semblance of believability. Because the moon stuff, bro, okay. I'm watching, this is an older clip, and I'm scanning them yesterday to find out, you know, what I want to show the day takers, my viewers, you know, whatever. And there's a guy that is showing clips. He's like sitting in his apartment, and he's showing clips of the moon landing to his buddy. And it's made to be funny, but it's got some truth to it, because he's like, hey, man, here we are landing on the moon. Who's the cameraman that's recording the landing? So you're telling me they sent one dude first that we didn't know about, and he's sitting there waiting with the camera to watch the moon landing? And then they show that they have this motorized vehicle that they're using that is pretty much the same size as, you know, the landing apparatus that they landed on the moon with. It's way too big. Like, how did that get there? If you look real close, you can see like what looks like possibly, you know, like wire work lines. If you know anything about martial arts movies, when they fly through the air and stuff, it's called wire work. Looks very similar. That's all I'm saying. All right. Here we go. Roll up.
You guys hear about those fires in Chile? Yeah. It happened in Vina.
All I'm going to say is blue roofs. What? Let's go.
Del Mar, eerily similar to what happened in Maui. So you know how they're talking about Lahaina becoming the first city in Hawaii to be a smart city? Vina Del Mar was the headquarters of smart city business for Chile.
No way.
But these fires, same scenario. High winds, and like there was no warning. A lot of people died. And I saw a video today of this dude who was like going through the wreckage of outskirt of
Lahaina.
And there was a blue house completely unburned.
No way.
And I don't know if you've heard about this whole thing with the conspiracy of the DEW, the direct energy weapon, but lasers cannot burn the color blue. So in Hawaii, basically like everything was just like burnt to a crisp. Like cars were like melted, yet there was like just blue umbrellas. Anything blue was not burned. There's like all these cars that were melted, and then there's a blue car not melted.
I have family who like was walking through the area, and they literally said their warehouse is green and blue. All the green ones are scorched. All the blue ones are still standing and fine.
You guys hear about those fires in Chile?
Yeah.
It happened.
Okay. I got to say something. I got a friend of mine that uses certain forms of technology to do things in his business. Like 3D printing and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Lasers, if you will. And I think he sent me a text when we were talking about this or whatever. And he was like, the lasers that we use have no trouble, you know, cutting through the blue or whatever they use it for. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Keeping the information open and soaking it all in. But what is going on? What? Why? What? Blue. Worth a little research if you feel like it. Okay, let's go.
Is the most terrifying part of AI, by the way. If you take out the writing, you take out the thought.
Completely agree.
The other thing that scares me about it, boy, there's a squirrel. AI is going to make the system very unforgivingly brittle. I'm not worried as much about.
Let me just say, this is one of my true worries about what our future potentially holds. Here we go.
The authoritarian slant that Elon occasionally talks about, which might be just to fake us out, who knows? I am worried that we're going to reach a point where, you know, when everything a computer does is binary. So you go to the grocery store, you slip your credit card in, it says you're good to go or didn't work. Swipe it again. Didn't work. Sorry, you're out of here, right? They debank people. This is a big problem. What happens when everything is so AI'd up that there's no person anywhere within earshot who can help you at all? No one who can say, okay, let me get this for you.
Right. There's been a misunderstanding, or there's some sort of human nuance required.
That happened on the other day on a credit card where I was talking to the lady and it kept sending me in these loops, and she finally straightened out. But what happens when the code is being written by computers so there's no human who understands the code? So the system will be very brittle, be very unforgiving. Forget about whether it's used nefariously. Forget about whether someone uses it as an authoritarian tool, which is a very real possibility. And I worry about that a lot. Just the fact that no one will know who's driving the cab ever on anything. And also now you're taking out the intellectual part. So when I write, when you write, when I write a scientific paper, the project's not done until I've written it, because that's where you lay it out. And if you can't put it on paper coherently with no internal contradictions, you're not done.
You're not done understanding it.
You're not done understanding
So the
it. So
idea
the writing is understanding.
I think people who don't write for a living or aren't forced to write regularly don't understand. This concept is a hard one, but it's through writing, or I would also say speaking, public speaking, that putting concepts into words makes the concepts intelligible to the person who's articulating them. Like, you don't really understand something until you've been forced to write about it.
It's like a comedy shop. You go, the great comedians will go down to the cheapo comedy shops to practice. Is the most.
Okay, they went a little on a tangent there towards the end, but the reason I showed this clip, it just makes me it makes me think about, like, if I go shopping somewhere, and whether it's I'm sitting down at a restaurant or I'm at the grocery store or whatever, and I go to use my credit card, and for some reason it's not picking it up. Happened to me the other day at Sam's, and I had to move to a different checkout thing, and I was instructed to do so by one of the employees that was overseeing the checkout. When there is no more human interaction, and that happens, and for whatever reason your form of payment is not working, and there's no way to say, hey, I need some help, do we have to leave the grocery store and then try to fix this on our own? But I needed those. Just one little example of you still need some human, help in these systems. And I just feel like we're getting further and further away from it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I love human interaction. Like, I love when I call a place and it's not, some automated message or AI trying to figure out what I'm saying or whatever. I just want to speak to a real person. That is going to be a super. We just won't have it anymore, and I don't like it. I don't like it, y'all. All right, let's go.
It's terrifying part of it.
Most people, at least I think in the general area of like what you would consider middle class, maybe a little lower than middle class, a little above middle class, are stuck in this weird trap, which is I work till I'm fucking 40 or 50, till my kids are going to college. Now I'm paying for their college, but just at that moment, my fucking parents are getting sick. So now I'm in debt on the college for the kids while also maybe going into a little bit of a debt for the parent. So now everything that you built up, all that equity over those 20 years of work is gone.
Yeah.
And what you really could have used was education that didn't cost so much, maybe some fucking childcare, maybe some fucking elder care, something that connects to your life.
And it feels like we live in a place where it seems like it should be possible, but you'd have to take from some other program, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Is no.
I don't know if it's a question of not having resources as much as it is not directing them in the right way. So we don't do anything that doesn't have a middleman with a corporate owner to it. So all that government money, it's really their subsidies. Like, why is there corn syrup in everything?
Yeah.
It's the fucking government just paying farmers. And so what do? They give us all fucking diabetes. And then what's the next step? Big Pharma comes in.
We got your back.
And now you're in the cycle.
Yeah.
They're literally
And most
combating
people are-
the drug of ultra-processed food with the drugs from Big Pharma.
This is the trap that so many people get locked into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are we getting for it? All that money that we go in, and we have the highest drug prices in the country, in the world. That's when people go like, yeah, this system is rigged. Most people, at least I think in
Not only is the system rigged, entertainment purposes only, but it's broken. Broken. Man. Yeah. Tell me what you think. Put your thoughts in the comments. And if you've made it this far, thank you. Let's go.
It turns out that this 8.3 million viewed video.
Okay, this is Casper Site. Love this dude. This is like a 5-minute clip, so I might fast forward it. We'll see. But it's talking about that TR3B thing that I put up in the last few videos. Some people think it's AI. Some people think it's some old... The TRB3 is a... there was a patent for it. It's a triangular-shaped spacecraft, supposedly, maybe, entertainment, anti-gravity, something like that. That the higher-ups really deny that we have, but we saw one. Is it real? I don't know. He's going to get into it. Check it out.
Of a TR3B lookalike seems to be real.
It looks real.
Let's look at the video, and you'll understand why I probably just skipped it. Look at this. You've probably seen it already. Right, I'm going to let it play. So... this thing... Right, okay. I give up now. I give up when it comes to CGI, AI. Like, there's part of me that... Right, if this is actually real, there's part of me that is absolutely thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. Because when it comes to people sending me more CGI or AI lookalikes, or things that you think are just way out there, potentially could be real. So, I mean, man, does it muddy the water? Let's just look at this, right? You can understand why I just threw this out the window straight away. Firstly, why is it only like a 10-second clip?
That's what I'm saying.
Who was recording this? Penny Pincher is the original uploader, okay? Penny Pincher 1234. That's the original poster. 8.3 million views. There's no description. There's no like, I saw this. What the actual F is this, guys? Right? It's a 10-second video. If you go to...
What gets me the most is... He's got another one up there, too. If you go to his TikTok, Penny Pincher 1234, there's another one, and it doesn't look near as good if it is fake. There's only 2 videos that a few days ago, that's all I had. But my question is, there was multiple, supposedly, people that witnessed this. And I guess they were all relatively close. And where is anyone's reaction? Where's the voices? And yeah, why only 10 seconds long? If I see something like this in the sky, I'm not turning off my camera until it flies away or whatever it does, disappears, whatever, right? What? It makes it hard to believe. Okay.
Go to his channel. What is this all about? Like, he's got 2 videos.
There it is.
HMU, if you have questions, I'm getting a lot of DMs, but I respond as soon as possible. It screams AI and CGI. However, then I saw this video, okay, of a lady that I follow. So if we go to Spirit and Sass, she talks about this particular video.
Okay, so I just got on here and I see this video that's perfectly clear, and my first thought, and it's going to be your first, I already know, is that it's AI.
Yeah.
It's too clear, it's too perfect, it looks like it's from a movie, this freaking UFO, it looks like a TR3B also, so it could possibly be that. But apparently, it's been run through all of the AI scanners, and it is not AI.
I did it myself, right? I did it myself. I ran the video through AI, and it says 16.6%. Overall, the video is not likely to contain AI-generated or deepfake content. 0%. Either this AI shit or the what's going on?
So either... I would say, personal opinion, I would say one of 3 things. Either 1, AI is getting really freaking good. To the point where AI scanners can't tell that it's AI. You know what I mean? But that's kind of pushing it. Second possibility is that our government is now coming out with these reverse engineered craft, and we're starting to see them. Or it could be part of the, you know, Project Bluebells, you know, the blue beans and all that jazz. Or it might be aliens. We have been saying for a while, we're like, why don't they just come out and show themselves? Like, you know, just outright. Why is there all this cloakedness and secretive stuff? Just come out and show yourself. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. It is not AI. That is not AI.
So
I don't know.
It's right what she says. So it's either for me, it's either the government releasing it and saying, look, okay, here we go. Maybe it's just, they can't contain it anymore, so they're just saying, just release them, let everyone see. Okay? Maybe it's a test to say, look, let's put it out there, show everybody, let it go absolutely viral, and just watch people just not believe. If we can actually find out that people don't believe in it, right, then we can do more of it. We can just have loads of them. So maybe this is the start of more to be seen. Is it Project Bluebeam? Is it a hologram? What the hell is going on here? I still don't think it's real. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I still don't. My mind can't. My mind's telling me no. Like, what the hell? It turns out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm undecided. It makes me instantly think of the word interdimensional beings. And if they're moving through dimensions like that, is a spacecraft really necessary? I don't know. And if they come from the ocean, I don't know. I don't know. Here we go.
Hey, yo, y'all heard about the new surveillance they doing? They like in North Carolina right now. It's like a blue light on a pole, on the poles or whatever, and it do like face recognition, and you could be driving in your car, no seatbelt on your phone. It'll recognize it. I heard about that. It'll lock in on you or whatever, and it'll alert the cop way down the road, like, hey, that black truck, that black Acura truck.
Tag number, all that.
Oh,
They
all
already
that.
got that.
Yeah.
But now, except besides the face recognition.
But I'm just but now it's like like they doing that, man, and like if you got a warrant.
Yeah, so everything come up. If you want to run or something,
anything,
that's like,
bro.
That's like the damn Minority Report. Remember that
movie,
Yeah.
bro? Word, bro. They making everything like iRobot, Minority Report. Like, it's crazy. So I'm just letting all y'all know, in North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever y'all at out there, man.
You know, they got.
Be careful.
They got hoodies you could wear that.
Like a change your face. Hey, yo, y'all heard about the
He's talking about the hoodie that you can wear that like hide your identity or whatever. I can't remember where I saw this. This was somewhere in Asia. Might have been China. I don't know. But they're real big on the facial recognition stuff. And I guess people are trying to combat it by wearing these masks that kind of just, you can kind of see them in there, but it blocks out all the necessary features to be identified. Yeah, that's a movie. We're living in a movie. Okay, here we go.
This isn't the first time. This is now the third report.
That's Forrest Galante. This is called the Wild Times podcast. He's a zoologist, love his stuff, been on Discovery and all the stuff. He's talking about great white sharks that are now entering, he uses the word lakes. Are these saltwater lakes? Like, what? Watch this. Man,
The white shark going into one of these lakes.
Did someone get it on video? Because if not, it's not true.
Not only is there video, there's probably the best ever video of crystal clear water with this great white shark in it. Kyle, play the video.
Is
that?
this? Yeah,
How
so
insane is
that's
that?
water that you go into. You can see the bottom. That's And you crazy. go, I know there's not a shark in That's here. like 3 feet of water.
Now, here's the good thing. I know we've just done the big ooga booga scaries. That's a little baby shark.
That's juvenile.
That's like probably a 5 foot, maybe 6 foot great white shark.
So as big as me.
This isn't the first time. This is now the third.
Yeah, I don't like it. I like the fact that the water's clear, so maybe I got a chance to get away. But, man, I just don't understand how that works. Because they're saltwater creatures? I don't know. So what I'm seeing down here in the very top comment is this is not a great white. This is a bull shark. Great whites can't swim in fresh water. Bull sharks can. I've heard about them swimming up, coastal rivers, and then of course the river becomes fresh water as you go inland. But that's where the inspiration for Jaws came from. It wasn't a great white, it was a bull shark. Because they have this weird ability to adapt their, oxygen retention from the water or something. I don't know. But it's scary. All right, here we go.
Have you seen that wheel that's like 300 million years old? Yeah, that's the thing. It just kind of looks like a wheel, and they found it in a mine, and then they flooded the mine, which is a bit weird. You've got these cart ruts that look like some sort of track, and it's millions of years old, and then you find that wheel nearby.
That's fucking crazy.
And you're like, what is this?
I will look at what this says. His research suggested a deeper, perhaps forgotten history of Earth and its past civilizations. Like, what?
Because that's the Silurian hypothesis. If it was millions of years ago, how would we wouldn't know.
You imagine millions of years ago, people had the wheel.
Or something. It might not be people.
Something, whatever they were, was pulling things on wheels. And they had cart ruts in the ground. This is fucking crazy. Koltepin theorizes that the civilization responsible for driving these heavy vehicles likely built the numerous identical roads, ruts, and underground complexes scattered across the Mediterranean region more than 12 million years ago. This is so crazy.
Pretty crazy, huh?
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. If that's a real wheel, if someone can carve that out of there and realize, like, if scientists look at it, if they get a 3D scan of it and they go, okay, we have to completely rethink everything.
Have you seen that wheel?
I'm gonna see if I can find this again. Like, what? Is it a wheel? It definitely looks like there's like a spokes or something, Here's my thing, and this is just my own thought. Do your research, entertainment, just a joke. Because, we find things, the pyramids, that we can't do that. We can't, us as this, I'll use the word apex society, human, we got all these things, the computer, the AI, all this awesomeness, but we can't do what we find from ancient civilizations. I feel like there has been resets during our time, and I mentioned this in one of the last videos. I think the Egyptians found the pyramids and kind of moved in. You can tell that some of the artwork has been covered up, and then they put their own recent history on it and whatnot to claim it as theirs. I'm sure it would be like a power move or whatever. But I feel like there's things, obviously technology that was far surpasses what we have now. But that's not the narrative we get. It's, will we ever know? Will we ever? I think we will. I think if this timeline goes on long enough, all will be exposed. Fingers crossed. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and draw a close. I have just a few minutes before I have said company. Hey, thank you so much if you've made it to the end. I do appreciate it. I'm going to try to do another one of these on Wednesday. Also, I'm thinking about doing something a little bit different when it comes to the content. I like doing this. This is fun. This is super entertaining to me. But I think I'm going to switch up multiple. I'm going to give us a different flavor. I'm thinking one day a week, I'm going to do something in the fitness, well-being, workout routine. I've done some of this in the past before. It's just kind of difficult when I'm alone and I got to set up the tripod and stuff. But I'm thinking about doing something outside. I don't know. If you have any thoughts, or if there's something you want to see me talk about, whether it's diet, nutrition, something outside, and if you like this, hit me up. Let me know. Yeah, just throwing that out there, putting it into the ether. For one, my attention deficit, like I do love this stuff, but I can get bored of anything, even if it's my favorite thing. Yeah, you want to go on a bike ride? Oh, why'd I say that? It's an old school joke. How many people does it take to screw in a light bulb? Hey, you want to go on a bike ride? It's an attention deficit thing. I know. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw this to its finalities here. And let me set it up. Oh, what? All right, y'all. Like I said, Wednesday, I don't know if I'm going to do the new video on Wednesday, but I'm going to try to do another one on Wednesday. I'll be here. Come see me. Dick's going to dip. I will see you on the flip. My message always as I finish these things, just so I can give you something legitimate, something from my library of success, if you will. My Akashic library. It's Monday, and I know they can be difficult and stressful and all these things. But remember, there's a little something you can do to assist you in the process. And that's spread your love, share your knowledge, and I promise, if you do just a wee bit of it, things will get better. Things will get better. Yeah. All right, y'all. And I'll see y'all. Here we go. Thank you. I love you. Bye.